This show was first broadcast on Free FM 89.0 Hamilton, New Zealand's community access radio station. For more information on our station and the wide range of programs, visit freefm.org.nz.
Hey, Dad.
Johnny, can you help me with this iPhone?
Oh, Dad, just go to UB.
UB, Hamilton's only dedicated Apple authorised reseller and service provider for all your Apple needs, including iPads, iPhones, portables and desktops. Come talk to the experts at UB, Te Awa at the base. To keep up to date with the latest news and announcements, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at UBNZ, or head into stores so we can help you be the best you can be.
This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network. And now, #Radio
/./////////com.
Welcome to #Radio. I'm Fid McAwesome.
I'm Chris McAwesome.
And I'm V8 Maddie.
And we're brought to you every week by UB. You can check them out online at ub.com. Follow them on Twitter at UBNZ and on Facebook.
UB.
Yeah, they rock. Check them out. They're New Zealand's only dedicated Apple supplier.
Yeah, and repairer.
I actually highly recommend the, what is this that I've got? MacBook Pro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They'll help you out with one of those, I'm sure.
Highly recommend it. It's awesome.
And on this week's Uncultured Roundup of social media, web, tech and gaming, we've got a lot of gaming stuff to talk about, haven't we, Matt?
We've got some good stuff. We've got all the freebies that are coming out for Xbox and PlayStation for February. We've also got a beta testing for Hardline.
Oh, nice. I've had a play this week on Windows 10. So
so have I.
Yeah, so we'll have a bit of a chat about that, shall we?
I think we should.
Yeah. And also, Twitter have released a new app for children.
Great.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but first it's time for the news.
And now the news with Chris McAwesome.
All right, this week in the news, a bug named Ghost, which isn't exactly new. It's a Linux vulnerability, could be affecting PHP applications and the world's most commonly used web platform, WordPress.
Ah.
There is no evidence that the Ghost bug is currently exploiting mail and web servers. However, it is recommended to developers that they are made aware of the possibility. The Ghost bug exploits the pingback URL. An attacker then leverages a Spectre to insert a malicious URL that would trigger a buffer overflow server-side in order to gain privileges on that server.
As you do, you know, standard sort of stuff.
Yep.
A Swedish company is implanting radio frequency chips into workers' hands
Oh, yes.
in an effort to make entry and access easier into buildings.
Oh, so you don't need a swipe card, you just wave
swipe
your hand.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, not all
Big Brother in action.
Yeah, totally. Employees are not required to have the technology, and the company wants to understand it before big corporates and governments start trying to jump on the
See,
bandwagon.
that's exactly what I thought it was government, so...
You get the sack and they cut your hand off.
Yeah, I don't. What do they do?
Don't come back.
Yeah.
Like, do they have to pull it out?
I'd assume so.
I guess you'd take
Or
it
do
out.
they just leave it there forever?
Just
Just
deactivate
wipe-
it with a big magnet?
And then when you go to another one,
Yeah.
you have to, like, get another chip put
Either
back
they
in.
might just reprogram the chip.
I wouldn't want it in there.
Nah.
Yucky. Anyway, the police are being stalked by the navigation app Waze. Waze, a traffic monitoring app that publicly shares information to give real-time road conditions, including police presence, is scaring law enforcement. App users submit data that notes anything of interest to drivers: the couch in the roadway, the truck tyre rubber in the fast lane, and the presence of clearly identifiable police or highway patrol cars.
Ah, so the hunter has become the hunted.
Yeah, and police want it to stop. The LA police chief, Charlie Beck, talked to the CEO of Google, who owns the app, that Waze poses a danger to police officers. Beck noted that the man who shot and killed the 2 police officers in New York used that app to monitor police movements.
That's not funny.
No, it's not. Quite serious. And social media. Reddit has released its first ever transparency report following updates to its privacy policy. The report, which covers all of 2014, notes that Reddit refused to deliver user information for 42% of government and civil requests. Additionally, Reddit refused to follow 69% of all requests to remove content from the site. Reddit only actually received 55 requests over the entire year.
Okay.
29 of those were US subpoenas, and Reddit disclosed some kind of user information for 17 of them. For comparison, though, Google received 31,698 requests in the same year, 65% of those which resulted in Google turning over some data. And New Zealand's hashtag Dirty Politics had a resurgence on Twitter this week in partnership with another hashtag Catten. Catten.
Oh, Catten.
Catten, yes. It's in regards to outspoken award-winning author Eleanor Catten, who called politicians neoliberal, profit-obsessed, very shallow, money-hungry politicians to overseas journalists.
Pretty
I saw
accurate.
that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought that was part of a politician's job description.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I actually don't understand why right-wing
Yeah.
journos actually got all huffy over it.
Yeah.
Started slamming her.
Because if the election had swung the other way, it would have been them saying it.
However, New Zealand responded by voicing their own opinions all online with hashtag Catten and hashtag Dirty Politics, again trending on Facebook and Twitter. And Facebook has this habit of making sure you know how popular it is. Generally, if a person was to do that, that person is a socially inept geek.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, over 1,000 followers on Twitter now.
Well done. And that's at Fid McAwesome.
So in what seems like a very insecure move, Facebook released some data to prove how popular it is. On a monthly basis, 1.4 billion people use Facebook. That's per month.
Yeah.
890 million people visit it daily, and 3 billion videos are viewed per day.
Wow.
Does that mean that you've chosen to view those videos, or are they just ones that start playing as you go
Well, that's a
through?
good point, yeah. Are they the autoplay ones or the ones that you've gone, okay, I want to actually hear the audio on this,
Yeah, it's
since you're
weird.
forcing me to watch it?
I wonder if that's the same for like Instagram, because Instagram starts the exact same way as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's owned by Facebook.
Yeah, you can change the settings on that, though. I've got mine so it doesn't autoplay.
Don't believe statistics.
Yeah.
They're always cooked.
Instagram and Facebook went down this week. Did you guys notice?
Yes, only because you were complaining about not being able to log into Instagram on your new phone.
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice at all. When did that happen?
It happened quite a few times this week.
Oh,
Facebook US users, though, went to the extreme and reported it to the emergency services provider, the 911 system.
Yeah.
One dispatcher said that one caller in particular who actually called back and blasted the dispatcher for being rude because the caller was told it was not a life-threatening emergency.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Instagram users, like me, all went to Twitter and had a big moan.
Yeah.
And Snapchat's latest update, which added a new Discover feature and rearranged the app settings and contact menus, also removed the app's ability to see the best friends of people in your friends list. Snapchatters were pissed.
Yeah.
Mainly because, and this is actually the number one reason, because they couldn't creep or stalk other people's besties. That to me is just so weird.
I don't do Snapchat.
I
Don't you?
haven't
No,
done
do you?
Snapchat since they pulled the API from unofficial developers. I used to have, I had a third-party version of it for the Windows phone,
Yeah.
because there's no official one for Windows.
And they pulled that so
They
you
pulled
couldn't
it.
play with it anymore.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they have
And-
Tinder on Windows?
I have no idea.
I bet you he does know, he's just not saying because his wife's here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you later.
Wink, wink.
And finally, what's trending? The top trends, for the last 7 days worldwide is an interesting bunch this week. Taking out number one was actually Auschwitz.
Now, why is that?
It probably was because a whole lot of Jews, including that director guy who did the movie.
Steven Spielberg?
Yeah. All went over.
Guy.
That director, that famous director guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went over to Auschwitz this week.
Okay.
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. Is that how it's said?
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Number two was Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yeah.
You perked up.
Hello,
You
Miss
perked up then. Matt's back. We got Matt's attention back again.
Three was the weather.
The weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been hot though.
Yeah.
And number four, this is about to get at Fid McAwesome extremely excited, was WWE.
Oh.
It's because they had the big pay-per-view this week, the Royal Rumble.
Which was terrible, you tell me?
Well, it's actually funny. This is a trending thing here, so I can talk about this. The other day,
I'm really
one
sorry,
of
Matty.
one of the big trends on Monday, New Zealand time, was hashtag cancel WWE Network.
Ooh.
Because the Royal Rumble didn't go as the fans wanted it to go. And WWE fans are notorious for, that's not what we wanted.
Who writes these scripts anyway?
Exactly.
Like, really?
But the funny thing was, is there was this big thing about cancelling the network, and it got to a point where the cancellation page got so many hits that it crashed.
Oh, nice.
Did it really crash, or did they just make it crash so that people would stop
Possibly.
cancelling their subscriptions?
Possibly, but I was going to say, the funny thing is today, which is 5 days out from this cancel WWE Network hashtag, WWE Network made the announcement that they are now over 1 million subscribers. It only took them 11 months, and they're the fastest growing over-the-top subscription service on the internet now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they've grown faster than Netflix, Hulu, and all those.
Shows that some people that are fans of wrestling have more money than brains.
Exactly. Anyway, we've still got heaps to talk about coming up in the show. It must be time for us to jump into our first track, though, and this one's a day 3 one.
It is day 3, local Hamilton rockers.
And unofficial sponsor of hashtag.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll recognise the tune from some of our little audio clips.
Yeah. So make sure you stick around. We've still got tech and gaming and possibly a bit more web stuff coming up in the show. You're on hashtag.
Close my eyes, I feel so alone. I sit here and you shut me out and you won't let me in. I hope you don't feel the same way I do. What's it all about? There's something wrong with me. You got me screaming out. I sense an anger inside you and don't understand. I'm closed down and I can't get in, get in, get in. What's it all about? Is there something wrong with me? Take me to a place where I can breathe. Take me to a place where I can breathe. Fill my life with all that I dream. Fill my life with all that I dream. Just a moment ago, we're talking on the phone. We're so far away, can't wait to come home. Everything was just fine. But then the conversation turns on me. Conversation turns on me. Next thing we know, we're fucking arguing. I don't know why it's just happening. We're gonna done it again. She hangs up and I'm left on the line. In my mind, I'm going crazy inside. What's it all about?
listening to the free breakfast on Free FM 89.0. You can free call us anytime on 0508 89.
What's that, mate? This, my friend, is the Free FM smartphone and tablet app. Oh, sweet brew. What does it do, eh? It tunes into Free FM on my phone wherever and whenever I want. It's got the program profiles and schedules, and it even shows Free FM's Facebook updates right here in the palm of my hand.
Oh, yeah, my brew. That's choice, man.
Wait a minute, do I even know you?
No, mate, I just heard the word free.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
You're back with Hashtag, and as we were talking earlier, Fid and I have both been having a play with Windows 10.
Yeah.
Now it's a pre-release version. You can get on what is it? The program?
Yeah, the Insider program.
The Insider program, that's
Yeah.
what it's called.
So it's like a pre-release,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the finished version. It's
but it's not in beta.
yeah, I would say it is the beta version.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all the bits are there. Not all of it are working at the way it's going to work in the end product, but yeah, it's all there.
There's a lot of hype around this Microsoft 10.
What do you think of the way it looks?
I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
It's really just Windows 7 and Windows 8
Mashed together?
tucked into the corner.
Yeah. It almost is. It's like, yeah, so basically picture Windows 7, and then they've taken the Windows
I can't
8
remember Windows
mobile.
7.
Just a regular desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got your tiles and stuff from Windows 8, but they just
But it looks more like
a pop-up like on a third of the screen in the corner.
Yeah.
it looks more like this though, eh? Like Windows
Because that's
mobile.
real great for radio fit.
I'm holding up my Windows mobile phone. It looks more like Windows Mobile, the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've
So
got
when
your
you hit the-
Xbox app in there, and it's got Cortana.
Oh, cool.
But Cortana's not working in New Zealand yet, is it?
Works for me.
Oh, well. We couldn't get to work in the office when we were toying with it. Well, it didn't work well.
Oh, yeah, you've got to go for a bit of an American accent with some words.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you've always struggled with...
I've always struggled with voice control. I was trying to show a lady at work the other day how Cortana works, because she's heard, with the whole Windows 10 rollout.
Yep.
It's in New Zealand especially, it's sort of getting a bit more traction now. So she was like, what is Cortana? I've heard these people talking about Cortana a week. I don't know what it is.
It's like Siri.
I said, well, Siri, yeah. It's like Siri, but it works better. Let me show you. Blah, 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 blah. And then it would say something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not what I meant. But yeah, I have the same problem with Google now and S-Voice and everything.
Yeah. You're a mumbler.
Remember
You're good on the radio, though.
I think so. Oh,
No.
no?
I think.
No.
Nothing.
So you signed up through the Insider program?
Yeah.
And if you're on Windows Mobile, or if one of the other 5 people apart from me who are on Windows Mobile are listening, you can also sign up for the Insider program to get the upgrade to Windows 10 on mobile, which is happening in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the big key thing with Windows 10 is it's going to be the same platform from mobile to PC to your Xbox.
That's nice.
All the same.
Yeah.
I've actually got a question.
Go.
Since you've both been on it. How easy is it to navigate through going from Windows 8 to Windows 10?
I think
Easy.
I think if you've been on 8, you'll be fine. If you've been on 7, you'll be fine. It's like what is probably the step that should have been Windows 8. This should have been Windows 8, and then Windows 8 should have been Windows 10.
Yeah.
Because Windows 8 was
Basically.
a massive jump in
Yeah.
technology or in style. Like it was dramatic.
Yeah.
It was so
Totally
dramatic that people refused to adopt it. So it
The
was
hate wagon rolled
why
out of the
have they-
garage.
So why have they kind of gone backwards then?
Well, they haven't gone backwards as such. They've, I think, gone with a lot of opinion
yeah,
from users.
they've followed suggestions. Yeah.
And I don't see that as going backwards. I think that companies that do that are actually going more forward than
Yeah.
backwards.
Gone are the days now where these companies are saying, this is what we're putting out and you will eat whatever we feed you.
Yeah.
And they're having to listen to the communities now and go, this is actually what the community wants.
Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're having to listen. Well, they're one who is starting to listen now. They get a lot of... Apple get a lot of their ideas from the modders, the people that
Well,
jailbreak.
yeah, they brought out the bigger phones and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because they were losing out.
Exactly. And their sales this week that Apple reported
were huge.
They were huge.
Was that for Apple 6 though?
It was iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, everything. They were just massive numbers. The only thing that dropped in sales was the iPad.
The thing is with their phones is they're a third dearer than every other phone being sold.
Yeah.
So you sell 3 and it's the equivalent of selling 4 or 5 of the other one.
But the fact that it has skyrocketed in sales obviously means that the Apple customers wanted those bigger phones.
Yeah, there's reports going around too that it's been the biggest change from people going from Android to Apple.
I won't be able
the iPhone 6.
I won't be able to step into our sponsor's store after I say this, but Steve Jobs was wrong.
Steve Jobs.
Ah,
They're making another movie about Steve Jobs.
Oh, hello.
Why? Why?
But we've had 1 or 2.
There's been at least one.
One.
With
the dude from Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, what's his face? Ashton Kutcher.
That's it. I actually didn't mind that film.
I'm not the only one that doesn't get up on the play of actors and directors.
I don't want to see another Steve Jobs film.
I don't
know why anyone would put money into doing another Steve Jobs film. He didn't cure cancer.
Agreed.
He didn't land on the moon.
No.
He didn't do bugger all, really.
He didn't revolutionise the tech industry. He probably, all he did was...
That's crap.
No. Hear me out. What he did was he did brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
That's not tech.
No, but...
He could have applied that to anything.
Due to his ability to market, it was Apple that made...
Be careful, because Apple didn't make a lot.
No, they didn't invent a lot. But what they did... Yeah, they designed a lot. But what they did do is they brought all of these technologies into popularity, which means that we wouldn't have a Samsung tablet being sold, because how long had tablets been around before the iPad? A long time. Apple redeveloped it and redesigned it and made it a popular device so that the tech industry are all releasing.
So it is marketing. It's not a tech industry.
Yeah, but he had an impact on a massive impact on the industry. You cannot deny that. Even as somebody who is not a fan of iOS or not a big Apple fanboy, I am going to give them credit where it's due.
I'm totally giving him credit where it's due. I'm just saying he didn't revolutionise the tech industry. He didn't create anything new.
He didn't.
All he did was marketing.
Yep.
He did brilliant marketing.
Yes.
That's business. That's not technology. He didn't devise anything new. He copied. His company copied, redesigned things that were already there, already available, and made it popular.
Yeah, and
like I said, he could have done that with McDonald's.
Yeah. How's that new laptop?
Really, really good.
And so, guys, now that you've got that out of your system, how many movies do we need to have about him?
One.
We agreed.
Yeah. I'd like to see a good doco, though. Like a good in-depth doco, not a movie, though.
Oh, they're all the same, are they not?
It depends if it's made in America, then
yeah.
Oh, they're all made in America.
Yeah.
America.
The last good documentary I saw was The Interview.
The Interview?
Yeah.
What? Documentary?
Yeah, that great documentary about Kim Jong-un.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Steve Jobs, does anyone need another movie? No. Are there other people they could make movies about? Yes. Mm-hmm. There's hundreds of people.
They still have
wonderful things.
They still haven't made it.
Bringing it out. This next movie, isn't it? The movie.
Is this the official one?
Oh, jeez. Why would they do that?
Because the first one.
So actually,
the Kutcher one was unofficial. It wasn't.
Oh. That was a real movie. I saw it.
I didn't say it was an imitation. Oh. No. Like, it wasn't taken from the official biography or anything like that of Steve.
It was based on a lot of interviews with people and stuff like that.
I think this one's taken. The new one's going to be taken from the biography.
So if we can just get the Pope to make him a saint, we can have a public holiday, Saint Jobs Day.
Yeah.
And we can move on, and we don't need more movies.
No more movies.
Move on. Yeah, but then you've got the whole Tim Cook coming out movie. That'll be coming soon.
What's that?
Don't worry. I'll explain that off here.
Okay.
Vine this week got a new companion app released by Twitter.
Vine? Vine's a video, isn't it?
Is it called Twine?
No.
Oh, that would have been good.
That's brilliant.
It's less of a companion app, more of an alternative, actually, so...
So instead of doing video?
No, it's Vine for kids. So kids are now, like, both of our kids have smartphones. Your kid's got a smartphone.
Yep.
He's not so much of a kid you want anymore, is he?
He's a man.
Yeah, a young man. But these younger kids are getting more iPads and smartphones and all this, and there's always the concern about them getting on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they're going to see, what they're going to be exposed to. We're going to.
Vine's probably not a good place for kids to be on.
Well, exactly. But Twitter have decided.
How do you make a kids one any safer?
Well, it's moderated.
Is it not just putting everyone in a place for the predators to go straight to?
No, the thing is,
That's actually a good point.
no, on this, it's not going to be able to. The kids can't friend each other. It's only short vines that are put into the app by the moderators. Like basically, like an editor chooses what ones.
So
would
you
be good for
submit
the
your
kids'
little
version.
video, and then they choose which ones they put up for everyone to look at.
Exactly.
Okay.
So kids can just go through and have a lol at the videos that are on there.
Lol.
And no doubt, in a couple of months' time, you'll see Toys R Us ads and all that all on there as well.
The problem
The
with,
perfect place for advertising.
Would be.
like, you can't actually keep kids entirely safe on any platform.
Well, you can't
Even
keep
if
them
you've
safe in real
moderated.
life.
Yeah. But I think there's an expectation that because it's digital, you should be able to. And I don't
Yeah.
think you actually can, because predators are known. Like that, the news that we did last week about that, how Facebook got rid of those Christchurch sex offenders,
Yeah.
is because they had fake profiles.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping.
They found a way around.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping sex offenders from using that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this app is really going to be more a website, isn't it? Where
Almost.
you're visiting and looking at stuff.
It's going to be
you're submitting. You don't actually have any control over.
what you see. Yeah. So it's just for the kids to entertain them.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's only available on iOS at the moment, it will be on Android next, they are saying. But I'd be curious to chuck it on my tablet and let our little one have a look and
I'm curious.
see if it entertains them.
Yeah, because what's the age group that it's kind of aimed at?
By the sounds of it, they're looking at sort of the
Tweens?
Yeah, 5 to 10 year olds is what they're sort of after.
Yeah, because I don't actually expect any
No tweens.
tween is going to go
No.
on a app that mum and dad have said,
Well-
here you go, you can go on this, but you can't go on
You can't go on Facebook, and I don't want you having a Kick account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Don't spill your beer on it.
A couple of weeks ago, App of the Week was Poster.
Poster, yes, it was.
We had a few questions left over from, or you guys had questions from me that I couldn't answer about how
Here's
it
a
works.
surprise.
Yeah, how it works, how you get paid, and all of that from this thing. So, sort of to answer those questions, I actually got in touch with the CEO of Poster this week.
Nice.
Yeah. So, next up, we have the interview with him. Welcome to the show, Milan from Poster. How you going?
Hey Fritz, thanks for having me.
Hey, so tell us a bit about Poster and what it is.
So Poster is essentially an Android app that serves advertising to your lock screen, and we'll pay you a little bit of the ad revenue straight to your Poster account that you can then cash out straight to your bank. So we think that by you lending your eyes, you deserve to get a little bit of the cash that the advertiser pays you. So yeah, that's the basic concept of what it is at the moment.
So the user with the app on their phone gets paid for the advertising.
That's right. So they get paid for hosting ads on a lock screen.
And how did you come up with the concept for this? Because it seems like quite a novel idea.
That's right, yeah, and it is a very new concept. So it actually is a funny story how it got to me. A friend of mine from Germany sent me a WhatsApp message one night. I think he had a few drinks before that, and he told me about an app in America called Locket and an app in Germany and Austria called Aberlo that did similar things, but he was telling me they weren't doing it very well and that I could be doing it better, seeing that my background is in advertising. So I looked at them and I agreed with what he was saying, so I didn't talk to him for about 3 months, and then when he asked me next time what I was up to, I told him, well, I'm building it.
Oh, well done. So you're a developer yourself?
No, I've got a team, so there's 7 of us at the moment, most of us just working for Sweat Equity. So I'm the CEO, I run the project, and we've got a CTO, he's my main business partner, he's the engineer who's built the platform.
So this is a completely New Zealand concept, or a completely New Zealand app?
That's right, at the moment it's only available in New Zealand, but we are looking to scale and grow the platform in Australia very soon, and then also take it to the world over the next couple of years.
So what can users expect to see on the app when they've got it installed on their phone?
So some of our biggest advertisers at the moment are, for example, KFC. We've got Air New Zealand on there. We had Coca-Cola. We had the Transformers movie. We had Taken 3 just recently. We had Let's Be Cops. So the key, we have University of Waikato, CPIT, and AUT. So the key categories for us have been food, entertainment, and education, which suits quite well the comparatively younger audience, or predominantly younger audience on the platform.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So how can people find the app, and how does it work? Like when they get their paid for it, like how do they get paid for it? What can you do with the cash?
Okay, so the way it works, you just download the app from the Play Store, so it's available on Google Play, on Android, for all New Zealanders, if you have an Android phone. And then once you've downloaded the app, you get a new lock screen, so your lock screen is replaced with poster, and you start seeing ads, and you'll also see some other things, like at the moment, for example, you see every day you get a new background, which is either just beautiful photography or an inspirational quote, like "smooth seas don't make good sailors" type thing.
Yeah.
And then we actually, funny thing is we get some feedback that people say, "I'd have this just for the quotes." And another thing, sorry to sort of hijack your question there, another thing that soon we'll also bring other content to the lock screen, like news, deals, and weather. I'm quite excited about it, but I won't say too much. This is an exclusive for you. I haven't told this anybody else in public yet.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and so what can people do with that credit?
With the credit, that's right. So the money will then pop up in your account, and all the money earned can be cashed out straight to your bank account, or donated to a charity, to a list of charities. So we've currently got set up Kaibosh Food Rescue, Project Jonah, World Animal Protection, Diabetes New Zealand, and a couple of others.
And it's really simple to get it paid into your account?
Absolutely. You just type in your bank account number, and the money is in your account within a couple of days. There's just a 20-cent handling fee that the bank charges us, and it's very simple.
So what sort of money can you earn as a user having it on your phone?
So the way it works, you earn 3 cents every half hour when there's an ad on your lock screen, and you look at it and either engage with the ad or unlock your phone at least once within that half hour. So you don't have to engage with the ad to get the money, but it also doesn't matter how often you swipe. You just have to at least look at it once. So with those 3 cents per half hour, you can calculate how much that could add up to. But if you still get a bit of sleep, the maximum you could sort of earn, if you still sleep 8 hours a day and you look at your phone every half hour, would be $30. Some of our highest earning users already make $30 a month. That is. Some of our highest earning users already make close to $20. That's young males in Auckland. Advertisers seem to like to speak to them.
Yeah.
and the average is about $3 per month. But we're obviously wanting to increase the amount of inventory that's filled with ads in the future. So it pays to come on now and stick around and start earning some cash.
And is there any sort of incentive any sort of ideas to grow Poster and make it bigger than it is now?
Absolutely, yeah. We want to own the New Zealand and Australian market as soon as possible, and then expand to other markets as well. And we've got various marketing strategies to do that. And it's been great to see what users say about the product, and a lot of our product development is based on the feedback we get via emails and Google Play and social media.
And are you looking at rolling this out across any other platforms as well?
We'd love to. The problem is with iOS that it's not a problem, but I mean they I guess in some way they do it right. They want to control the user experience, so they don't give app developers access to their lock screen as such, as its native functionality. But we're hoping that at scale we can convince them to let us on there.
And you're not looking at any other platforms apart from mobile to move into?
We're of course looking to the future and looking at all the other gadgets that are out there that you might could place some advertising on. But at this stage, Android is the most viable platform. As we're still a startup, we're just starting out, and Android is definitely the dominant player in the market.
So you're saying you're looking at moving into Australia as well. What sort of time frame can we look forward to having Poster available for our Aussie listeners?
So we're hoping to have it over in Aussie by mid this year.
Oh, awesome! So only a few months to wait.
That's right. Yeah, in preparations.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Milan, and make sure you check out Poster on the Play Store.
Absolutely. Thanks, Fid.
So that was Fid talking to Milan from Poster. So you can check that app out. It's a free one, and all it does is put some ads onto your lock screen, and you get paid for it, which is wonderful.
A German in technology, and all I could think of was Kim.com.
I know, the Germans have all of New Zealand technology.
He's a really nice guy, though.
He doesn't look anything like Kim.com.
No.
Not many people do.
And he's got quite a charming personality.
And his product pays you.
Good point.
Not you pay them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're going to go to another break. Have a rest after listening to so much of Fid. So we're going to play a song. Don't forget to pop out to the base at Te Awa. Go see the team out there at UB for all your Apple goodies.
Yeah.
And follow them on Twitter at UBNZ. You're on hashtag.
Can he walk it all, or if demons will he find?
Hey, Dad.
Johnny, can you help me with this iPhone?
Oh, Dad, just go to UB.
UB, Hamilton's only dedicated Apple authorised reseller and service provider for all your Apple needs, including iPads, iPhones, portables and desktops. Come talk to the experts at UB, Te Awa at the base. To keep up to date with the latest news and announcements, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at UBNZ, or head into stores so we can help you be the best you can be.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
Welcome back to Hashtag Radio. Brought to you by UBNZ. You can follow them on Twitter at UBNZ. Check them out on Facebook.
Yeah.
And go to the website, ub.com.
Yeah. All their specials and products are all available there for you to peruse.
Now, that was a track there which has been around for a long time.
I've never heard it.
You hadn't heard it before.
No, it's an awesome version.
It's Iron Man, of course, the Black Sabbath track, but it's
the classic.
Been done by the Cardigans.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was funky.
I'm going to have to add that one to my playlist at home.
I'll let you.
Thank you. Time for gaming.
Yay! We're all excited about gaming. Now, I spent last night playing GTA 5 on the Xbox One.
Yep.
Shock me.
And then I had these dreams.
And this was our game of the year this year.
Our game of the year. So, yeah, finally got some friends to play with online.
Yeah.
Which makes it more fun when you know the people that you're playing with.
And that's why I haven't been playing it, is because all of my friends have moved on to PlayStation 4 or Xbox One.
Yeah. So that was good. Good times. Have you played anything this week?
This week I've played Grim Fandango, which was just released on Thursday.
Now, that's one I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Grim Fandango.
I had never heard of it either, which is funny considering I'm a retro gamer.
This is on the PS4?
It's on the PS4. It's an independent release that is being backed by Sony.
Okay.
So it's only $30 to download. Grim Fandango was actually a game that was released in 1998 on the PC.
98 was a good year.
Yep.
It's a dark comedy.
Yeah, a dark comedy, sort of neo-noir.
That's fancy.
I know.
He doesn't know what it means, though.
No.
No, I've read it in a review of the game somewhere. No, it's the weird thing is when I first played it, because I didn't know anything about the game, and I chucked it in, started playing it, and I thought, this feels like a clunky old 90s PC game. And I did the Google search, and sure enough, it was originally a clunky old 90s PC game. I've only had about 45 minutes to an hour worth of play on it.
Yep.
Interesting game. I'm probably going to spend a bit more time to sort of get my head around it, though.
What's the genre of game?
I'd say it's 3D RPG-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ish?
It's, if you ever played any of the games that were released by LucasArts games back in the 90s, like Monkey Island and stuff like that.
Okay.
Very similar style of gameplay. Yeah. So it's a really interesting story in that too. So if you're interested in the history of games, I'd Google that game.
Back in the late 90s, it actually won quite a few awards.
Yeah.
I never heard of it, though, eh?
Yeah, no, I'd never heard of it either. Which is funny, because in the late 90s...
Socialising.
Yeah. See, in the late 90s, I was at home being a PC game nerd, but I was spending all my time playing
How did you not hear
Doom,
those?
and I spent all my time playing Doom and Quake and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get into your groove there of
particular genres,
particular games, and you just don't sort of stray too much.
Yeah.
1st of February tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Which means that we've got some more free games for the consoles, the PlayStation and the Xbox game releases.
Yep.
Now, for Xbox Live Gold members, Xbox One is IDARB.
Yeah.
IDARB.
IDARB. IDARB. It stands for I Draw a Red Box.
Sounds riveting.
Now it's
You draw a red box.
it actually looks more fun than how it sounds.
Okay.
Plus, the cool bit is that you get to create your own character, like with pixels.
Okay.
So you make your own little person, you draw them, what they look like.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like soccer or basketball kind of thing. So there's a goal at either side of the screen.
Yeah.
And there's little levels,
Yep.
little shelfy bits that you see jumping up and down and through and around. And
That's the technical developer term as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it is. I got it from a developer friend, told me that one.
Yep.
But it does look like quite good fun. I'd love to see some big proper games come out free on the Xbox One though.
Yep.
All these arcade ones, although they've been some good arcade
Yeah.
games, it'd be nice if they actually coughed up.
So at the moment, the last generation seems to be getting all the good freebies.
Yeah, they're trying to
Extend the life of that
extend the life of
generation.
them. So that's for Xbox One. For Xbox 360, for the first half of the month is Brothers, which is another arcade game. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. That's going to be free for the first half of February. And then in the second half, finally, more of an actual game, Sniper Elite V2.
Oh, nice.
This is the Xbox 360.
That's
Did you say?
Xbox 360.
But Xbox One got iDub.
Xbox One got iDub, and then Xbox 360 gets Brothers and Sniper Elite.
Oh.
Yeah. So they always do that. One for the
One for the
Xbox
first
One,
half, one for the... Yeah.
and then they do two for the 360 for 2 weeks each.
I was just thinking the 360 games just sound cool though.
Yeah, well, that's what we were
That's
just
what we were
saying.
just saying, yeah.
They're trying to extend the life of the older consoles by giving away better games, keep people keen, keep them playing them.
Yeah.
That's the same sort of deal going on with the PlayStation as well. The free games this week, or this month coming up, is Transistor on the PS4. It's a indie game as well. It's a sci-fi RPG. And you're also going to be able to get Apotheon. Apotheon?
Yeah.
It's a Greek mythology-based game. I'm not good on Greek. My Greek pronunciation is not up to play.
My name's Greek.
It is too.
Is it Greek? But you're Māori from Australia.
Yeah. With a Greek name.
Crikey.
I like to zhush it up.
And see, Sony are doing the same thing with the last generation as well, having the good games on PS3. Thief, which is a massively popular game for that generation. Yakuza 4 is also going to be available, and across both platforms will be Rogue Legacy, which is going to be free to PlayStation Plus members throughout February.
So there's your free games. Don't say we never give you anything.
Yeah.
Xbox One controllers. There's a update coming soon for the Xbox One controllers that they're hoping is going to address some random disconnection issues, as well as when you turn your controller on, it should connect a lot faster now as well.
Oh, nice.
They need to do that for PlayStation.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts when that whole disconnection thing.
Yeah. They're having
does
issues
it-
as well.
Yeah, they've always had issues
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, I never seem to have much problems. I mean, once or twice, it's just randomly
I
disconnected.
think we've
for
only
me.
had one major PlayStation controller update, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, to sort of wind things up on the show, you've got a story about, it's not really tech related, but it is tech service related.
A tech company,
A tech company, yeah.
but it's more customer service.
Yeah.
Now, this is a company called Comcast.
Yeah.
Now, you know what they do, Fid?
Yeah, they're an American cable company. I think they may also do internet and stuff over there as well.
Yeah, I think they have a bunch of different services.
Yeah. Much like our Vodafone.
Now, what happened with Comcast is there was a particular customer, a lady who was having some issues with her services, and had spoken to their customer service a few times and was trying to, according to her, find ways to bring her monthly expenses down. Now, the customer service person that she was dealing with took it upon themselves to change her name in the system.
Yeah.
Can we say it?
Yeah, why not?
Say it.
Yeah.
So they changed her first name to Asshole.
So it's Asshole Brown.
Asshole Brown. So when she got her bill,
She was asshole brown.
that came out in the mail saying that her account was past due. Reminder, Asshole Brown, pay your bill.
No, you've worked in this industry, not that particular industry, but in the call sort of customer care industry before.
Well, gee, so have
A
we.
lot, yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
we,
but
we all have.
No, but not answering calls of grumpy
Okay,
customers.
I have.
You have.
I worked in the retention call centre with Telstra in Australia.
Okay, we're going to name it. Okay, I was trying to be more careful.
So there you go.
Now you got no plans on ever working for them again.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I was good.
Yeah.
I didn't change anyone's name to Arsehole Brown. I tried to help people with problems.
Were there ever conversations behind the scenes where you'd joke about doing something like this?
I don't know. I mean, when you're not on the phone to them, you definitely, when you had a
bad call,
a bad caller,
you'd
certainly discuss it with the person sitting next to you.
Yeah.
You know, you have to vent a little bit so that you can get yourself right to take the next call.
Yeah. There was a few years ago with Telecom, someone got a bill once with an arsehole tax, added to their bill.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, it was Telecom, I think.
Yeah.
And I think when it's dicks like that, I kind of think it's deserved. No one gets that for being nice.
Yeah. Like this person here is claiming that she wasn't an arsehole.
Yeah, so I mean, Comcast have apologised to the customer for their
their
completely unacceptable and inappropriate name change.
Yeah.
They say that they have zero tolerance for that type of disrespectful behaviour. The customer said she was never rude to any representatives she spoke with, and said that her conflict was simply about trying to bring down monthly expenses. But I mean, of course, she's not going to say, I rang up and abused them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't rude to
I was
them
never
at all.
rude. And everyone seems to have a different version of what is rude and what is acceptable.
If you wouldn't say it to your mum, it must be rude. Unless you don't like your mum.
Or your gran, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think she deserved it. I think she's full of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for someone to go to that level, then there was definite justification on their part. Doesn't excuse it, doesn't make it right.
No, but it's
definitely
funny.
not, but it does make us laugh.
It would have been a great Reddit post.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got heaps of toys to play with this week, and we'll probably be back next week to talk about them. And you've got one sitting right in front of you, Matt.
Yeah, the Sony Xperia Z3, I finally got my hands on to have a play with. Now, they've been out for a while. My understanding is that it's really just a cosmetic change more than anything from the Z2 to the Z3.
Yeah, it looks really nice, though.
Specs are essentially the same. It's black.
It's shiny.
It's covered in fingerprints.
It actually came in the box like that, believe it or not.
I mean, there's very little difference when you look at the two of them side by side.
On next week's show, you'll be able to come back with a full glowing review, I'm sure.
Ooh, is it going to be glowing?
Well, especially since I know how much you love your Z2.
These Xperia Z2 and Z3 phones are the only things that come close to an iPhone for those who like the look and feel of the iPhone.
Yeah.
They're top quality.
Yeah.
And spec-wise, they're better than an iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
You know, I don't know why the Sony mobiles are struggling so much in the market. I know that they're having major financial issues.
Well, it's Sony and LG both in New Zealand.
That's having issues, or just Sony?
No, Sony in general are having issues.
Electronics.
The mobility took a loss last year, but it's the one part of the company that they haven't gone, we're going to pull back from. They've gone, okay, we're going to keep sort of trucking at it.
Yeah, and I mean that's why with the huge success of the PlayStation side of the business, they're now integrating that into these phones.
Yeah. They've actually had further integration of other services in PlayStation this week as well, though.
Yeah. Now the PlayStation Music service.
Yeah.
What was that called? Music Unlimited.
Music Unlimited, which was very limited, to be honest.
It was.
You get a free trial when you get your PlayStation and you start up your first account. And when we were using it, how many times, Chris, did we try and look for a song and it wasn't there? It was basically the only reason was that artist wasn't signed to Sony.
Yeah, paid subscription service. So the big news is that Spotify and PlayStation are teaming up to bring a new service called PlayStation Music, which will be coming to the PlayStation Network later this year. So it's going to replace the Sony's Music Unlimited one.
Yeah.
And will offer, obviously, a huge catalogue compared to what was previously available. Current Music Unlimited subscribers will get a free month of access as well from the end of February to the end of March, I believe.
Awesome. They're also integrating the video side of it in, but we're not going to see that here in New Zealand straight away. I've been told by Sony this week.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm going to ask some heap more questions next month when we're at the launch of the order.
And I've got one last bit of gaming news. Now, this week is going to be Battlefield Hardline Open Beta running from New Zealand, February 4 to February 9. So that's February 3rd to February 8th, like in the States. And it's going to be available on all the platforms that it's going to launch on, which is PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC. You'll be able to play several different modes of the game, but your game progress will not carry over if you do buy the game later on. So that's the Battlefield Hardline Open Beta. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out if you're into shooting cops and robbers, that sort of jazz.
Yeah, that's generally the way these betas go, though. You get all this progress and then you don't get to take it over. Carice swore loudly when that happened with the crew.
Yes. Yes, I did.
See, I've seen other ones recently where they have carried over.
Okay.
And that was a big selling point, you know?
Yeah.
Come and jump on our beta and your progress will carry over if you buy the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they said.
It is.
And it's not what happened.
No.
Oh, did you have to use the companion app or something and upload and save your details?
I don't think there was a companion app then.
No.
Not with the beta.
No, not with the beta test.
Yeah, which is weird because usually Ubisoft have companion apps for almost all their games. Yeah.
Indeed.
Far Cry 4's got 2 companion apps. And they're
Really?
both standalone games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The
only just discovered this week.
The one for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is quite good on a tablet for creating your emblems and stuff.
Yeah.
Playing around with that side of things, I find that easier than doing it on the actual Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's just about us for this week. This week's been a huge week for hashtag podcast-wise.
Yeah.
So we've only had a 4-day week this week, yet 5 podcasts we've released this week.
Woo!
Yeah, so we've had the hashtag podcast. Access Granted has released 2 podcasts this week.
Oh, because they had their special.
They had their special this week, so every month they release the System Era podcast, which is...
Because those boys are special.
Yep. That one there's the one where they're having a rant about something that's just not quite right with the world.
Yeah.
The One Question podcast.
They only do that once a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? They could have do that as a daily show. Yeah, One Question podcast with me and you, Carice. That went up yesterday. And today, the Bits of Awesome interview with Blake Harris, who is the author of Console Wars.
That's cool.
Oh, wicked.
And he's also the producer of the new Console Wars movie that is going to be featuring Seth Rogen.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you can jump online, #me.co.nz.
Yeah, as well as a heap of reviews and stuff that have gone up there from yourself and Scotty.
Yep. Darth Scuzzle.
Yep. So make sure you check out #me.co.nz and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, we've got some giveaways still going as well on Facebook and Twitter, so check that out. See what you can get your hands on.
We must be getting very close to drawing that.
Yeah, I think we're going to draw some the start of the week.
Yeah, so make sure you get in there now before you miss your chance to get said prize.
Yeah, we'll do some at the end of the week as well, so if you've downloaded this and listened to the podcast after the live show, then you haven't missed out.
Yeah.
So you just need to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at #RadioNZ.
Yep, and that's on both.
And, of course, go see Ubi at Tiawa, ubi.com.
Because they're awesome.
That's us for the week.
Yep.
See you.
#me.co.nz.
For more episodes of this community access radio show, please visit freefm.org.nz.
Thanks to New Zealand On Air for making this podcast possible through funding the Access Internet Radio Project.